Hello. It's my little video game collection right here. I'll probably get a little. This is my arcade one-up asteroids thing. This is my first one I got off of Facebook. The marketplace. I got on Facebook. I got, I think, for about like $120, $130 used. It's the Walmart ones, arcade one-ups. It's got like Asteroids, Gravatar, Lunar Lander, Asteroids Deluxe, Tempest, some other games on there, and Major Havoc and stuff like that. It's pretty good games and all that. So, but Tempest is the other one I like. But it's got the asteroids and stuff like that on there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a little seat on there. You can sit down and stuff like that. Here's this one I probably enjoy, believe it or not. It's the old Vectrex thing I have. It was my brother David's back in the day. Then my nephew had it. Then somehow I acquired it, and the thing broke back in 91, 92. I think the fuse burned out. I thought it was thrown away, but it wasn't. Let's get dusted off of it. Well, anyway, so basic bottom line is that I thought the thing was thrown away out. A long story short, when my mother passed away back in 2014, my brother Henry, rest his soul, basically it was in a box full of had John's crap in it. So I found, and Vectrex this thing was in it in the box. So I was like, okay, it was in it. So this thing was in my office, broken for a couple of years. And when I was on sick leave earlier this year of gallbladder surgery, had extra time on my hands. So I actually said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can repair this damn thing. So I did a YouTube video of a journal of how I actually restored this thing, fixed it, and sure enough, I repaired it. There was a burnt out fuse, and the American version, our fuses were soldered onto it. The European market had theirs clamped on. I don't know why we had the fuse soldered onto this thing, but it is what it is. Well, anyway, this was a very big, when it came out in 1982, as you know the history of this thing, if people are not familiar with it, the history is that these things were the shit back in the day. It had an overlay screen. Take this thing off. Each one had an overlay screen. It's basically black and white, but you had an overlay screen to give it some color. Stuff like that. These were the things where the shit. It basically had a graphics type thing, a regular. It basically was like a mini arcade in your own home. It was a shit. It had the handle on the thing in the back where you can grab it and carry it. And these things would have a clamp on there. You can clamp it on it, carry it on the go like this. But this one had a little joystick. But I wanted to get another one. So I got this one. Believe it or not, if you're familiar with this one, this is a Sega control, but it actually fits on it and actually works. And I ordered this thing on YouTube, on eBay, and it's all the way from the Ukraine. Ukraine is good. It's a very good controller. It's a Sega controller, but it's the Ukraine actually fixed it and made it work to modify it to work with the Vectrex. See, it's from the Ukraine. Actually, it's my Ukrainian accent, which basically kind of sucks, but it's a good controller. It's a good controller. It works with the Vectrex. It's good. But actually, anyway, the Mindstorm is basically their version of Asteroids, as you can tell. But it's a cool game. But this is another one, Space Wars, which was basically a very cool game. It's basically you pitch yourself against another player. It's a two-player game, but this one can also be a one-player game also as well. The opposing spaceship looks like the Starship Enterprise, and the other ship looks like the shit is basically the same ship from fucking Asteroids. But it came with different other games, which was this was actually a pretty cool game. A pretty cool game system at that time when it came out. It was from 82 to 84. I think it was only there on the market for about 2 years. And it's sad to say, during the video game crash, it fizzled out. It went from $2.99 to $100. And oh shit, hope it didn't fucking break. But anyway, it was pretty good at the time. Okay, it still works. Yeah, it still works. So yeah, it works. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. So, but it was pretty cool at the time. So, okay, cool. Oh. Yeah, you have to push down. Fortunately, you can't really push down. You have to. Yeah, it's rapid firing. So, yeah, but. You can't press down, but you have to hit it down every time you have firing. But anyway, but because it's a pretty strong controller, so oh well. But anyway, this had several other games to it, so it had a lot. I think it came out about 27, 28 games. But believe it or not, the Vectrex, some people are still making homebrew games for this system. Believe it or not, homebrew games. There's one game I want to get brand new. It came out this year. It's called Zombie Apocalypse USA. And I saw it on YouTube, and it seems pretty tight. So I definitely want to get it since I do write zombie novels and I'm into zombie movies and stuff like that, and all that stuff like that. And so I definitely want to get that. And of course, I'm in Walking Dead, Resident Evil, but I definitely want to get a zombie game for the Vectrex and stuff like that. But again, having this system was almost equivalent to having like this system. And of course, also equivalent to having this big baby, Legends Ultimate. This one, what can I say about this one? This one's pretty good. I got this at Sam's for $4.99. Believe it or not, $4.99. Walmart was selling theirs for $5.99. GameStop, $6.99. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sam's had theirs for Black Friday sale, I think, for $4.50. But with tax, it came out to like about $5.52 for shipping and handling and stuff like that. Well, no, it was free shipping and handling, but I think it was $5.52 with tax. And I did modify this fucker. This thing actually came out with 300 games. Again, like I said before, having this fucker was equivalent to having this one. But again, now I got this one. This is creme de la creme. Now, when you modify this thing to play up to, okay, here, let me start over again. This thing, the Sam's edition, has 300 games. 300 games. The other editions has like 50 more games, which is 350 games. But, let me use the word but. If you go on eBay, and with me, I'm pretty much of a lazy ass. Some people have actually made their own coin ops to play more games on this thing. Me, I'm a lazy ass. I don't have time to build a coin ops thing for this thing. And what I mean by coin ops is this little fucker right here. This little UMD card right there. Right here. This little UMD card. Right here. I don't have time to build a thing like that. A coin ops means that you can add more games to it, which is these things right here. These things, which is you can add all these games right here. This thing is now modified from 300 games to now 1,500 games. 1,500 games on this thing now. You can play all the old arcade classics. Let's say Altered Beasts. Let's see another one. Alien Storm. That's another one. Alien 3. Alien vs. Predator. Aliens. Of course, if you want to play Aladdin's Disney. Airwolf. I think that's for Nintendo. I don't know if that's a home Nintendo or arcade. I'm not too sure. Of course, you got Afterburner. Nice. Afterburner right here. Afterburner. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see. Of course, if you want to pull, you don't play pool and shit like that. If you like pool and that kind of thing. But yeah, you can play all these games. Have 1,500 games on this fucker. Again, I bought the coin ops on eBay for about $45. Believe it or not. Of course, you have the old arcade classics like Centipede and Missile Command. And Missile Command 2, but I think they're updated versions. I think. I'm not too sure. You got art of fighting games. They're like basically fighting games. Of course, Asterix. It's kind of cool. I've always been a comic book fan of this guy. Of course, the same thing with this one. Asteroids. That's asteroids. That's one of the ships from Space Wars that you're fighting against. Asteroids Deluxe, as you can tell. Asteroid Blaster. Asteroid Fighter. Again, these are the older video games, as you can see some of them. Some of these games were never released in the United States. Some were actually released in Japan, or maybe Europe. I never played these games, but some of these games were actually released in Europe and in Asia. And they were never saw the light of day here in the U.S. But you'll be actually playing with these games for the first time here in the U.S. So I'm a big, and believe it or not, I've actually played these games. The more than my game system, more than my Wii or my Xbox or even my old school PlayStation 2. So, again, I'm an old school gamer. I'm 53 years old, be 54 next month, and kind of pathetic though when you think about it. Let's see, let me just find some old school games. Let's see, trying to figure out this shit right here. Trying to figure out some stuff right here. There's Batman when it came out back in '89. Batman came out in '89. But now Battle of Atlantis, I think that's kind of like Scramble. Or, yeah, it's kind of like Scramble. I like Scramble. I kind of like Scramble. Battletoads. Again, you can go on and on with this shit. Again, this thing's got 1,500 games. Let's do something that's more people more familiar with, especially old people like me. They're very familiar with. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out something I can find. I don't know this video going on and on and on. No, this one's more of a Bonk's Adventure. This is more of a TurboGrafx right here. If you're familiar with TurboGrafx right here. Let's see what else I can find. This is one of them right here. Bucky O'Hare. Just gets to know more of 90s stuff. Here it is, Burger Time right here from the 80s. This is more like old school arcade stuff right here. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. So, I don't know if there's much like dinosaurs or anything like that, I don't know. But of course, if you're into Marvel Comics, you got Captain America and the Avengers. Captain Commander, they're trying to make it like Captain America, but I don't think it's more of a rip-off. But it looks okay. Here we go. Centipede! Got Centipede. Millipede. Champion Wrestler. Yeah, you got, again, you can go on and on. Again, it's 1,500 games, so I'm not going to go through every single one of them. Oh, anyway, here's one. Here's a popular one. Contra. You got Contra right here. Super Contra. Again, you have all this other stuff right here. Of course, you got Defender. Good Defender. Stargate, just like Defender. Same shit. Same thing like the Defender. Again, it's pretty good. This is my favorite one. Dig Dug. I used to love playing Dig Dug when my mom used to shop at Kroger. And when I used to work at Kroger, I used to play this on my lunch break. I used to work at Kroger. Of course, you got Donkey Kong. I'm gonna play some Donkey Kong. I like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. I'm gonna play some Donkey Kong. I like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Yeah, Donkey Kong. Double Dragon, Dungeons and Dragon. You got a whole shitload of games. Again, this is one of the coin ops you can get on eBay. I recommend if you don't have time to build a coin ops thing, I recommend get it on eBay if you don't have time for it. Just plug it in, plug it in yourself and upgrade it to I upgrade this fucker to a 5.1. I need to upgrade to a 5.7. So that's what I need to do. So that's what I need to upgrade it. But it's pretty good. So updated versions. So it's okay. It's not bad. I like it. Oh, that's kind of I gotta play this game. I gotta remember this game. Galaxy Force 2, shit. I need to go through some of these games, actually, when you think about it. When I do these things, I need to go through these games. So these games are pretty tight. I gotta... See, when these coin ops games, you know, sometimes you overlook some of these games, like, oh shit, these games are pretty fucking tight. This is kind of like Astron Belt a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to download do a coin ops for Astron Belt and some other games that are like Astron Belt. So this guy, and Astron Belt was actually from Sega as well. Shit. Galaxy games. Oh shit. Damn, I'm gonna try some of these games. Damn, shit. I need to go through some of these games because I usually go through these games really quick, and again, this thing's got 1,500 games, so you know, like. Kind of makes you wonder if we had something like this in our bedroom, and when I was growing up in the 80s, I probably would never leave. Shit, probably never going out dating either. Shit. Why go out dating? Why go out to school dances? Why you got this shit? I associate it all. We have this. But anyway, you got all this stuff right here. Golden golf. I'm not really a big golfer, but if golf is your thing, go for it. You know, I'm not really into golf. I'm not really into golf. So you got Gorf. Gorf right there. Again, this is good. This is good. I like it. Now, some people have problems getting the Legends Ultimate when it came back and busted shipping. It's like the screen has cracked. This is broken. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I got this through the mail, this came off. I slapped it back on. It hasn't came off since. So again, but so far, other than that, I have had no problems since then. So yeah, I've had no problems since then. But I've had no problems since then. Again, like I said, this plastic thing that goes over the screen came off, fell off, and stupid me, I put the damn thing upside down, came off again. But when I slapped it on the right side up again, where it's supposed to be, it hadn't came off since. So I put a little light marquee back on it, but I'll mess with that later on. But it looks kind of tight though. But so far, it looks pretty good though. So, but so far this is pretty tight though. Again, if you like old school games, and again, like I never really had problems with it. But FYI, when you do upgrade it to a 5.1 from a 1.0 to a 5.1 or higher, the games that load onto this, you're gonna have problems loading up. And that's pretty much it. But to me, that's the problem I've been having. It won't load up. But versus the 1,500 games versus 300 games, I'll deal with this. Like the Star Wars ones they have, it's the home edition. Some of the games they have are their Tar Twin 600 games, which I don't really give a shit for. Tar Twin 600, I never had a Tar Twin 600. I didn't care about them. Didn't really give a shit about them. It just, I guess 2600 is all we can get. But if it came to a 2600 to this, I'd rather have this than an Atari 2600. Truthfully, because you don't need a TV set. Yeah, it's a monitor. So if my dad said like, son, do you want this or the Atari 2600? I'll take that, Dad. So I'm sorry, that's just me, because you have the overlays and shit like that. And to me, I thought it was way better, way cooler, because it's like having your own it's like having your own arcade, even though a mini arcade. Something they were going on a bar or something. But anyway, but like this game, some of these games were not all arcade. I'll say a vast majority of these things were basically Atari 2600 games. But once you get a coin ops, upgrade this thing to a coin ops, you're in heaven. But it did have the arcade Tron, but the coin ops had a Tron one, and of course you could save your scores. So, but yeah, I did. Sad to say, I did buy for one thing, which is basically for Tron, and I'm a big Tron guy. I loved Tron when it came out. So, and Operation Wolf, that's one of my favorite ones. Operation Wolf 3. Yeah, so, of course. Pac-Man, of course. Who remembers Pac-Man? Who likes Pac-Man? Come on. It's... Pac-Man. Paperboy. I remember Phoenix. Who remembers Phoenix? Come on. Pinball action, there you go. But yeah, but again, this is a pretty good one. Punch Out, you remember Punch Out? Who remembers Punch Out? Yeah. Qbert, I kind of sucked at this game, but I always played it, but even though I did suck at it, though. I can still play it, because I don't have to worry about wasting quarters, because even though I did suck at it, so... But, it's okay. Got Rampage, Rambo. Again, it's got all these cool games, so RoboCop, Rolling Thunder, I guess. Again, it's X-Men, some Marvel games, as you can tell, it's got all these cool games, old school 90s and stuff like that. Space Invaders. And then again, it's got all this stuff on here. Spider-Man. It's amazing how they just do the artwork on this shit. So again, these people had a lot of time to kill in their hands. Yeah. Splatterhouse, remember Splatterhouse? I think this game was kind of controversial when it came out in the early 90s. Now, Star Castle, here's something I'm going to tell you about here. Star Castle was actually a Vectrex game, I believe. It was arcade, but it was actually, Vectrex had their game, then same thing. Starhawk, same thing. This was actually a Vectrex game. I think Starhawks did have a color overlay for this one. This was black and white, but Vectrex did have a color overlay. This is something I wanted to show y'all. They did have a color overlay for that one. FYI. Of course, Star Trek. Star Wars! They have Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back, which this one does not have. They do not have that, FYI. So, if you think that if you buy this one, they're going to have those arcade... No, they don't. They do not have those arcade games. Nowhere near those arcade games. I'm sorry. FYI, not to burst your bubble. That is a cool game. That is a cool game. They have nowhere near those games. Sorry. But anyway, they do have the Street Fighter games on there. For the coin ops, that is. Yeah, so... But I just want FYI, they do have Superman games, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, Tempest, like the arcade ones here. Now Terminator 2 Judgment Day, fortunately it does not work. I think you may need the gun. You may need to get a gun for that thing to work. Yeah, so you may need a gun, so for it to work. Yeah, so you may need a gun for that thing to work. Tetris, I was never into too much Tetris. Yeah, so. The Punisher, Simpsons, Three Stooges. What the fuck is Tron? Yeah, Time Tunnel. It's one game that's always my favorite, Trivial Pursuit. That's a board game as a video game, if you like that kind of thing. Yeah, Trog. Here is my favorite. Tron, my favorite. This has always been my favorite game back in the day. But anyway, these are the games that I play. Vanguard. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I've always liked these, so. This is always kind of cool, though. Again, they're kind of cool. Now, so here's one thing about Vanguard that I need to show you all about. But again, these are pretty cool games. This has got Zaxxon and all that stuff like that, so they're pretty tight. So, listen, I need to bring something to y'all. Listen, this is something, I don't know if this is me or before I close this video off. Listen. Anyway, again, these are pretty cool games, though. Let me shut this and quit this game, but, this is, Vanguard, this is pretty cool games, like I said, it's got Tempest on here and stuff like that, so. But again, it's got a shitload of games on here, so. Like the X-Men games, WrestleMania, WrestleFest, WWE Superstars, Wrestle Wars, but X-Men, Children of the Atom, and stuff like that, so. But yeah, but anyway, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty good stuff right here. So, but this is pretty much it. So, again, this is my little arcade collection. But I did spend most of the time on this thing. But again, this is a full size arcade cabinet. It took me almost close to an hour to put this thing together. It'll take you less time if you have two people. But I did this by myself. They say, it takes two people to put this thing together. It can, but since I did it by myself, it took a little bit longer. So, but I am going to customize this thing. I'm planning to put I'm going to try to make this thing look like a Tron arcade machine. I'm going to put the Tron marquee on here. My biggest complaint about this thing, I'll tell you right now, is that it came the original ones had the artwork already on the panels already, but this was screwed on, and you can tell it looks like kind of warped because of that. It's screwed on, and that's something I don't like. So that's something I don't like. So that's something I don't like. But I'm gonna I may have to get the Tron stickers on here. I may want to just take this off completely and just put stickers on it. Just take that off, I guess. But I'll probably just leave this. I'll probably just leave that on there. But again, people have been modifying their arcades, but I may want to get a Tron joystick on there. I'll have like a fire button and stuff like that. So I may want to do that. Probably just do that, and probably just leave this one as is, I guess. So, but well, anyway, I want to show you my little arcade collection. So that's pretty much it. So, all right, well, y'all have a good one and have a good Christmas. Laters.